Deion Sanders. He says he's going after linemen and former players starting to come out now on certain shows and talk about
those 8 to 10 players that we need to get us over the hump. But guess what today is? It's portal day. I'm in the portal like yeah, I'm not hard to find. You know I'm not hard to find. And guess what I'm finding? Lineman.
I kind of am embarrassed, dog, because did you get that tweet I sent you, Bailey? Can you pull it up? Texted it to you if you can get it. This is recruiting now. And I'm be honest with you. It's the laziest shit I've ever seen. And I'm not just talking Deion here. I'm talking nationally. I'm talking this is what it is. You don't have to go on the road no more. You do this video. You do a fucking TikTok. And every player out there sees it. They like you. Oh, they may come visit you or come to your school. We don't go turn over rocks no more and find the guys. This is a D1 coach. This is what recruiting is now. Top portal safeties, hit me up. Like, what? Like, we're enabling this fucking portal thing. We're all sitting here talking about it, yet we are enabling it as the adult in the room, as the recruiter and the coach. Like,
but it just not to cut you off, it's kind of like what Tank just said in a different way. Like, everybody else is doing it, so it's a disservice as a coach. If I'm sitting around kind of playing my thumbs, and I'm like, nah, I love the old school way. I'm gonna go drive 10 hours this way. I'm gonna drive 5 hours this way. I'm gonna keep it the old school way. And everybody else is out here just going on Twitter and make social media videos, and they getting the same exact access or even better. I'm the crazy one now. I'm like, I'm doing myself and my team a disservice by not utilizing social media. You should maximize all resources. Social media, you should still drive and do the old school shit that you did. You should do everything to recruit, in my opinion.
But they don't. They're doing one thing, and it's all electronic. And I'm gonna be honest with you. The hunt is the fucking whole deal. If you're a real true grinder and a go-getter, the hunt is where you build a relationship. The hunt and the find is where you go build the relationship, talk to the mama and meet that mama. Without it, you are going to have the highest transfer rates in the history of the game, which happened at midnight last night, because you have no relationship with the mama, the daddy, the auntie, the grandma, whether you're hitting the mama or not as a coach. I know about it. I'm going to keep it real. Did I have to hit a mama to get the kid? Sure. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
what? That kid wasn't leaving me, Tank. Kid wasn't fucking leaving me. But you're telling me on TikTok, hey, dog, I just did a video. Come through. And, all right, I'll come. I like you, Deion. Motherfucker in transfer portal next semester, though, because you didn't build no relationship. Yeah. Like, I'm just saying, dog. It's a real thing.
This is kind of like an analogy. I look at like the one and done culture in basketball, right? It's completely changed the landscape of the NCAA, and I think it's shit. And that's why in March Madness, I always look for the team that's like has the veterans, the seniors, the juniors that have been together. And on the flip side of that, when it comes to teams who are winning in football, I look at the teams who have the upperclassmen who are playing, who are doing good. And so you can like Deion, he can get all the guys he wants out of the portal, but it doesn't cause cohesion. It's not the camaraderie. It's just a bunch of talented players on islands playing around. And so, but when it comes down to the college football playoff, I'm looking for the guys who has guys who have been together, and I think that's going to be something that you're going to have to weigh when it comes to winning. You're going to look at, okay, these guys have been together for the longest period of time in this transporter world. And that's going to be like a way that you can judge the success of these teams, because listen, you can get all the talent you want, but that camaraderie, you can't fake that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But with the portal, I don't know if teams are even having that anymore anyway. Really, any team,
It's just disgusting. Here, I'll leave you with this. Here's my take on it. What does Bezos and Elon Musk have in common?
Money.
No. Different.
Power.
Different. Innovators. Different.
Disruptive.
They didn't go the same route as everyone else that you guys are saying, this is what you got to do. You don't got to keep up with the Joneses. The cat that goes from spread to fucking 21 personnel and runs ISO again is going to be the fucking national champ. I'm telling you right now. If I took a job right now, I'm running 21 ISO at your bitch ass because linebackers are scared. They're going to turn it down. You ain't going to have to handle the double no more. Different is what wins. I would be different if a motherfucker gave me a job. I'm going to go out there and fucking people are going to be like, damn, I didn't get 200 of these motherfuckers in the portal. But you know what? I went and got the best 20 dudes that I know ain't going to leave me, that's going to fucking back me, that's going to run through a wall for me, that is going to buy into my culture, that's not going to leave me every semester. And then they're going to text and DM their homies, and they're going to tell the next 20, and I'm going to get those guys. Except we're not doing that no more.
That's wishful thinking, JB. I think you're gonna do that, and you're gonna get your motherfucking ass whooped. That's what's gonna happen because you're not gonna be able to just do it the old school way, right? Like that's what happens if you don't.
How do we know though?
How do we
know?
Well, listen. In terms of running the football against all this spread, I agree there. But in terms of recruiting, you're gonna have to swim with the sharks because if you don't, you're going to get ate up on the talent. It's going to get wide while you're developing that player, while you're developing that relationship. They're going to get an instant all conference player. And now, your guy who, hey, good job. You're making improvement, but he's not all conference. And so I think the game is just changing, and we can't reach and grab backwards. We gotta roll with how it's going. I mean, and it's unfortunate, and it hurts me to say that. I wish the game was at least some type of fabric of what it used to be, but this shit is a slippery slope downhill, and it's already vertical. It's gone.
And so much money involved. Like right now, this Cam Moore guy, everybody's saying, like, people are saying it costs about $1.5 million, $2 million to get a quarterback right now. So you can build a great relationship with the recruit. You can rub his mama's feet, you can cook for him, you can have a guy on your team. But if the offseason comes around and this other team's offering this dude $2 million and your program just can't afford it, there is nothing you can do about that.
Yeah.
Like a kid from who ain't got no fucking money, never seen this type of money, getting offered $2 million, you could be the best recruiter ever. They gonna leave for that $2 million. That's just what it is.
You know how you stop it?
How?
Stop paying them.
But that's not gonna happen. I feel you.
Well,
That's reality.
Everybody needs to stop paying them and let them get back to reality. Do you think that these college kids, if they didn't get a dime from anybody, not a dime, I'm not saying don't pay them. I want the kids to make money. What I'm saying is, when you throw it out there and you continue to extend this fucking so-called proverbial leash that we're allowing these guys to have, we've given them the power. I'm not the dictator that says, "Oh, don't let the kids have any say." But I'm also the one that believes in hierarchy. And without it, Tank and I wouldn't be here. Without it, we would never listen to a fucking grown man and never would have said thank you or please and open the door for an older lady, which we lack in this world right now. Just keep it real. And there is no hierarchy because these 17-year-old prima donnas you've given a Lambo to that don't even know how to fucking park it yet are the same ones transferring 4 times and thinking they're the shit, when really they're not. And now you're seeing a watered-down NFL product because they're not getting coached, tutored, or mentored at the college level anymore and being taught what the NFL needs to survive. They don't know what the fuck's going on in the NFL no more.
But I
because
think,
college, we're not.
But I think the NFL, I think they are placating to the organizations instead of the true blue fans now. I think that's what's going to get lost. They've stopped, the people who've had season tickets for 30 years and those, they're big fans of the game. Now it's all about, appeasing these organizations, right? And that's why I think the value of NFL teams is going to start to go down. I think that's why you're going to start seeing all these owners start to quote unquote let minority owners in, because I think they've seen that that football as we know it has reached a cap. The real fans are dying out, and they're not going to be there. And these teams that are at this $6 million valuation, $7 billion valuation, I think a lot of these owners, you're going to start seeing them selling off majority shares of their team because they know that it's no longer about the fan. It's about not pissing off organizations. And that's just how we're running the game now. And I think the value of these teams are going to start to tank.
Here, this is a little take from Deion. We're talking Deion. This is Deion yesterday.
Understand, we at this point, we have not lost anything that we desperately have to have. Now, if you say a Travis or Shedeur or this guy or that guy, I got a problem now. Now I'm going to have to address that.
Everything is Travis, Shedeur. What? I'm just going to be honest. Now, listen, Smitty says it all the time. We know that's clipped. That could be a whole nother fucking topic. He could be talking about something totally different. We've seen this. We've seen this a lot of times. But the fact of the matter is we have seen him continue to discuss a couple major three guys. And what parent, like Tank, you got a kid coming up the ranks. I talked to Brian Urlacher about this. I've talked to E-Dub about this. What parent in their right mind is sending their kid, especially if you play quarterback, to Deion? There's a reason they've lost 3 decommit quarterbacks. There's a reason why quarterbacks just transferred out of Colorado. You can't talk about I in this team game. Like, especially as the leader, CEO, head coach, and especially as a guy so I watched as Deion Sanders is. It's just a continued bad look when you're talking about these particular guys. I would have said everything different.
Yeah,
I'm not losing shit. We're going to bring in guys. We got guys. I mean, I didn't hear that. So just give me your guys' take on that.
Go ahead, Smitty.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think we're overblowing it. I think everything Deion do, we fucking take it and run with it. One direction or the other. Either we fucking love it and everybody just in love with it and they're the best, he's the best, or you just hate everything he's doing. I just no middle ground. I heard that. It didn't really move me in any rich direction. I'm assuming the question was asked, are you concerned about the players that have left for your team here in the portal? And he's just saying, no, I right now, being honest, we haven't lost anything that was so major to where it's just affecting us majorly and it's affecting us in a way that's going to change the game. Now, the examples that he used, sure, from a look standpoint, a brand standpoint, would it be better if he started naming other players so everyone seems like they're getting the love and it's more than just these few players? Yes, I agree. From an optic standpoint, it would look better to say somebody else. But I saw D Jones in here make a comment like, but let's be real, are those not their best players? So like it's what it is. Yeah. So like I'm just saying, like he said, I haven't lost anybody that's like been such a major impact where it's like, oh, how are we gonna move forward? And that's just the truth. If the truth is the truth, then why are we getting mad at it?
It ain't the truth because you can't conduct a coaching staff that way or a program that way because what's going to happen is you don't go by your 3 guys. They're not going to be Colorado's fucking future in 3 years. You're building a program. If you're not building a program, then you're telling me subconsciously or not, you're telling the world I'm here for 1 more year with these 2 dudes, homie. Yeah, when is the motherfucker going to take off the goggles out here and understand the coaching world is bigger? I'm building a program. Right. I'm not here for 2 years just to coach my son. That is what it sounds like, and that is why you're not getting the dudes that's going to – you got to recruit. Smitty, you know this. You got to recruit dudes for years. That's why we have such a thing as a 27 commit now and a 2026 commit now, which is so stupid in my opinion because it's never going to happen. Not now. You're not going to get to 27 commit anymore, by the way. He's fucking going to go to 6 other schools before 2027.
Yeah,
so
I think, JB, I think you're right. I think what Deion is definitely turning off other recruits, right? Like he's not giving the impression that he's trying to build a program. He's giving the impression that he's about to hit a lick, you know, and that's that's how it sounds. And I mean, like I said, I love Deion. Obviously a big guy, you know, big player in our era, but in terms of this coaching, I think he's got it all wrong. I think he's kind of the problem that is going on in college football because of his rhetoric. You know, I just don't think he has the balance, you know, to understand that like every comment you make is recorded, and every time you put something out there, you're either bringing a player closer to you or pushing them away. And every time you put Shedeur on the pedestal, you know, now, you know, a quarterback knows I got no shot. I got no shot of playing there. If I go there and beat him out, there's no competition. He's going to play, even if I'm better. And you always want to give at least the illusion that it's fair and balanced. And he's just like, hey, these is my dogs. I'm riding with them. And I just
so are we mad that he's just being real with everybody, whether we like it or not? If that's what it is. That's what it is. As a recruit, I know players and stuff when coaches lie to them. Oh, you gonna be our guy when you get here, and this, and that. That's worse to me than just being, hey, yeah, Shedeur'S starting this year, but next year you will be in position to be the guy. That just we young men, but this is the real world. Don't lie to me. JB said a quote today earlier. I think it was today, or I think it was earlier this morning. Like, basically just saying, like, I'd rather know the brutest, honest truth than to be told a beautiful lie in summary. That's basically what you said. Be real with me. Shedeur'S, that's my son. I want him going to the league. He fucking started. Travis Hunter, he's like a son. He's one of the best athletes in college football. He's the guy. He's starting. Other positions, they're up and they're available. If you want to come compete for those, come play. If you're willing to sit, if you're a quarterback and you're willing to sit a year and kind of learn and wait, then cool, come here.
That's what it is. You're fucking all wrong, homie. You don't approach recruiting. You don't approach recruiting as these jobs are taken.
Not recruiting.
You don't approach recruiting as these jobs are taken, homie. You don't go into a house and say, "Hey, these jobs are open. These ones are."
I hear you. But like, let's be real. But let's be real, JB. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. But like, all these schools that have top quarterbacks and top, like, for example, whoever the backup quarterback is for Washington, when they came into the team going into this season and Michael Penix was there, you can say what you want. You can say, oh, I got a chance. No, you fucking don't. Let's be real. You're not starting over Michael Penix Jr. So let's be real. Teams, Ohio State, I'm not starting over Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm not. So ain't no point of you trying to put this whole facade in my brain that I got a chance to play with somebody when you're not. Let's be real.
Well, time out.
Hold on. 4 or 5 receivers on a team. There's one quarterback. Come on,
my point, though. I just understand my point. There's certain guys that already got positions solidified. That's my point.
You can't recruit that way.
I'm saying there's certain positions that are solidified. We know that this guy has that position. That's what it is.
Yeah, no, Smitty, you're right on that. JB, you can't tell him to calm down when you turn in red. Time out. So listen. So look.
I'm just white. I get pink.
So this is how it is, man. Like to JB's point, right? Like when you're recruiting, right? Like it's the great illusion, right? It's to make every player feel like it's a possibility, and then when you land on campus, now it's like, oh, you got to work, right? And I think what JB is saying is just like, when you lead with that, and yeah, Jay, to your point, Smitty, you're absolutely right. Nobody's starting over Shedeur'S. Nobody's starting over the other kid, and that's just how it is. But in terms of recruiting, you've got to be able to at least come off fair, impartial, and balanced. And he's just playing to the new game. And I just think it's a shit show the way he's recruiting, because now he's losing the opportunity to be able to actually recruit. Because when you talk like that, then you can never go into someone's living room and say, hey, I'm here to give you an opportunity. The parents are going to be like, well, you said this, and this. And so what he's saying is you can't talk out of both sides of your mouth when you're recruiting, and he's locking himself into a position that's going to turn off valuable recruits. That's the point. The point is he's backing himself into a corner, and he thinks that he's like bragging, but he's really giving himself the least possible way to success. That's the point.
If I get both take. I'm getting to the point where they hired a face and a draw, and not a football coach, especially not a Power 5 one. Like, I love Deion. I've always loved him, but I don't know if he's a coach over a attraction, and it's starting to look that way in the big picture of things. And that's just my take on that. I hope he wins and succeeds. I'm not wishing on his downfall. All I'm saying is I've been doing this a long time. I've seen what wins. I've done it. I've also lost. I'm just telling you, I haven't seen it done this way, even in this era, even in this crazy era we're in. Hey, it's at 9, man. Let's end it with some hell yeah, hell nah real quick. But before that, though, I want to show you this one text right here. This is what's going on out here in the recruiting world. I just got this from a good friend. When I recruit a high school kid, I have to deal with a top 14, top 8, and other random announcements for clicks with no real gauge on their interest. While a kid in the portal will usually tell me exactly what he's looking for. And if interest is there from the jump, that's also what's killing high school recruiting. Okay, real quick, though. Let's be honest. We made that way. We made this way. If you didn't recruit the portal or allow the portal, then you wouldn't be killing high school, and those kids couldn't tell you that. The reason the portal kid's telling you that because they know they're on their last leg. It's like the cat going to jail. He's going to snitch on his homie. This is what we're doing now. This motherfucker's snitching, homie. This is what we've created. We've created a bunch of snitch-ass motherfuckers because we don't want to go out and turn over rocks and find the hungry high school kid. Guess what, dog? You know how many times I've been told no? It just takes the one no to tell me yes. But we're so lazy, we get told no one time. Guess what? If a motherfucker told me no, you know what I'd be? A motherfucking pussyless virgin.
Right.
Like, why don't I, if you can't go get no pussy, you cannot recruit. Keep it 100. And I used to fire coaches. Hey, coach, when last time you had some pussy? Shit, coach, been fired. Fuck out of here. I'm being real, homie. If you can't get no pussy, you can't recruit. That's number one.
No, I think we have to listen. I do not believe it'll be very hard to go back to the system where if you transfer, you got to sit out a year. I don't think that's going to be very hard. That's not going to be very hard to re-implement. I think we've overcorrected. You know, when guys start saying that this coach is messing up my mental health, and so therefore I should be able to play right away, and then they broke the gate open. I think if President Mark Emmert at the NCAA, who was also the president of University of Washington when I was there, if it is going to be very simple to reestablish. If you transfer, you sit out.
No doubt.